So today, as you come into your easy pose, um, let's take about 10 breaths, just resting the hands lightly together. Just make sure your foundation is relatively comfortable. And so we just want to gently awaken the core of the body. Feel the low back coming in and up, so it draws in and up. The low belly draws in and up. Let the breath begin to just flow in a nice, steady way. Let your eyes rest. Just letting yourself settle. Noticing the strength of your body along the sides of your torso. Let this be relaxed. And now let's bring the breath into even waves. Use your nose, inhaling deeply, exhaling deeply. Keep it all soft though. Just gently aware of the natural strength you have already created in your body. Feel the energy of the hands as they rest into each other. And exhale. Inhale deeply. Release your eyes, release your hands. Look back, twist to the right. So recommit to that low belly towards the spine and reach back, look back. Taking that attitude of ahimsa towards yourself, non-harming. So each pose, taking care. One more exhale. Inhale, center, hands press. Exhale, second side. Reach back, gaze back. About 5 breaths. Just let the eyes rest softly behind you. Inhale, palms press. Return to center. And then untuck your legs, bringing both feet over towards the left. So just stack your legs out in an easy way. Sit tall and then twist back. So it's going to change your twist quite a lot. Keep the low belly tone. Use your arms. Breathe into your back body. One more time. Exhale. Find that range of motion. Inhale, center, and change to the other side. So just find an easy stack to your legs. Tall spine. Use the arms to support as you twist again with more of the spine, the low back included, the lowest parts of the spine. Breathe one more time. Exhale, finishes, come back to center and cross your ankles. Waking up our shoulders so we have those nice spreading hands, fanning out the fingers, place them on the earth, fanning outward a little bit. So a little spiraling outward energy. Lolasana, press into the earth. So my hands are just in front of my feet. Lean forward a bit. Press your feet, press your hands. See if you can lift up your hips. Lift something. One more breath. And release your hips down. Take your hands further forward to come back to quarter dog pose. Bring your legs through, tuck under your toes. Bring your head down as your spine lengthens. Your forehead can rest all the way to the floor. So that hand position here, that open, outward spiraling energy. Let your body just connect with that grounded opening in the hands. The shoulders connected to that openness. And breathe deeply once more. And then coming up to cow spine. So untuck your toes, come to your tabletop. Take a moment just to ground or refine. And then bring your heart forward, your face forward, tone in your low belly. So this is not about your low back. This is about the heart reaching, keeping the low belly strong. Gaze towards your nose tip. Not in a way that strains, but just a gentle center forward gaze. And then tuck your tail and head deeply round into your spine. 5 breaths. The tops of the feet gently rest on the earth. 4, 1 more breath. And then inhale to your tabletop neutral. Opposite reaching, keep your neck relaxed. Take your right leg back, straight back, and your left arm forward if possible. If you need to just do the leg, that is okay. So opposite reaching. One more breath. Reach and release carefully, setting down hand and knee. Other side. Reach the legs straight back, the arms straight forward. So we have the core straight, the low belly towards the spine. Whatever we can press into the earth as well. And then a steadiness of mind and breath. Just one more time, breathing deeply. Release your hand and your knee. Inhale, cow spine. And then downward facing dog. Oh, I know the name of this one. Head down. That same work in the hands. Low belly flies upward. Be patient with where you are. Exhale one more time. Keep that nice lift up in your belly. Shift your weight forward and then step your feet forward. Next time you breathe in, come to halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold completely. Knees bend as needed. And then come up to standing, rise and reach. Let's make your way up. Softly rest the palms together, just like we did as we began today. Let the feet spread and the eyes close. Arriving on your feet. What softness can you bring? Exhale. Open your eyes, greeting the sun. Take your arms by your sides, shoulders down. So let's try this a few times. We turn the palms outward and reach up, bring the hands together, and then palms down to release. Try that once more. Inhale, palms up, reach up, connect, and then turn the palms out and release your arms. This time we'll fold forward. So gaze up, reach up. Keep this length as you forward fold to your shins, feet or floor, all the way in. Halfway lift, inhalation. Exhale, bend your knees, spread your hands, and take your legs back. Hold the earth. It's fine if your knees come down. So you can flatten your hips if they're lifted. Whole body strong. Upward facing dog. Bring your knees down where they are. Untuck your toes. Ease your belly forward. Roll your shoulders back. As you adjust where your knees are to find room for your spine. Let your inner thighs roll upward. Maybe lift your chin. Stretch the underside of your chin. And then exhale, flip over your feet. Downward dog. Next time you breathe out, take a lion breath. Open your mouth, make a big sound. Exhale. And then breathe steadily several more times. Release any gripping in the neck. Just let your head hang. One more. Exhale, weight back into the legs. Draw it up into the belly. And then bring that forward as you breathe in to halfway lift pose. Fold forward, release your spine, curl in. Press your feet and use your legs to stand up. Reach up. Just connect that breath and movement, and then your exhale, bring your hands back down. Again, soften. Not so much pressing the palms today, but just letting them touch each other. Feel the sensitivity. Allow this to have a harmonizing effect on the brain's hemispheres. Finish a breath. Classical sun salutation. Cross your thumbs, wide fingers up and back. Gently explore back bending. And then forward fold. Release your hands to where they land and curl yourself in. Half lift, breathe in. Spread your hands, bend your knees. Take just your right leg back, Anjaneyasana. So cushion if you need under your back knee. Low lunge. Stay in low, or press up and come to your knee, or reach your arms up. Roll your shoulders back. Two more breaths. Nose gaze or upward gaze. Breathe out once more. Press your front foot. Straighten out your leg. Hanuman's pose. Draw back your toes. Come to your heel. Low belly draws in. Fold forward. It's okay if your knee bends. Point your toes. Really stretch the top of your foot for a moment. And then draw back on your toes deeply. And then find medium. And reaching across your leg or foot, revolving the Hanuman pose. You scan your body and make any refinements. Maybe send some loving awareness to your low back on your right side. Releasing tension there. For one more rounded breath. Release your twist, bend your knee and take your leg back. Upward facing dog, chaturanga optional. Come to that upward dog for a breath. And then flip over your feet, downward dog for 5 breaths. Maybe check that you're not gripping with your hands by lifting your fingertips off the floor for a moment. Really feel the weight come into the heels of the hands, and then spread the fingers back down and gently grip with the fingertips. One more exhale, long spine. Anjaneyasana, second side. Step your right leg forward, bring your back knee down, and coming up to your low lunge. Have your hands on the floor, on your knee, or reaching upward. So we gently come forward with the knee towards the toes. Keep the heart open. Gazing nose or upward. Just one more breath. Press into the foot. Straighten out that leg to some degree and fold forward. Draw the low belly to the spine. Point your toes away. Breathe deeply. Concentrate on creating positive sensations. Connect with our bodies. And then draw back your toes deeply. And then relax that a bit. And take your arm across, so left arm reaching across the right leg. And just hold the leg anywhere or take the side of the foot. Maybe reset your other hand and stretch out your low back on the left side. A good pose to feel how everything is connected in our bodies through the fascia. And create a positive experience in your body for another round of breath. And then release your foot to the floor and a step forward and fold forward. Take a moment for that. And then press and come on up to standing. Unfurl. And release back to your center. All the way through that exhalation. Revolving Utkatasana. So you can have your feet hip distance apart for Utkatasana or work your feet together for this variation today. Sink down, revolving. So just touch the leg and twist, or try to bring your left arm along the outside of your right leg and then reach up. So stay with any of those choices. Concentrate, give it one more breath's energy. Unwind, release, and straighten your legs, fold in. Bend your knees again. Other side. Work with yourself. 4, one more breath. Exhale, unwind, straighten your legs and fold for a hold now. So you can separate your feet if you like, or just experiment with keeping them together today. And just come into a nice, calming, friendly forward fold. Breathe out one more time. Press into your feet and just draw yourself up to standing, back to the hands resting together. Soften what you can. Feel the energy of the body. And then take your waist with your hands and step your right leg back for Parsvottanasana variation. So hips forward, straight legs. Weave your fingers behind your back and draw your shoulders down and back. Tuck your chin towards your chest for a moment and just balance. Lift your chin, lift your heart, breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold to some degree, and then arms releasing to some degree from your back, or any degree. So your arms can stay on your back, elbow holding is fine. Release any gripping in your feet. One more breath, relax into it, and let the inhale energy bring you up. Lift your chest. Exhale, let go of this side. Other side, pelvis forward, Straight leg step back. Leave your fingers the other way. Tuck your chin. Breathe deeply. Feel the feet, the unevenness in the feet. And lift your chin, lift your heart, breathe in. Forward fold mindfully to any degree. And then consider releasing your arms away from your body. Find good sensation on this side. So the shoulder blades squeeze together and the shoulder joint softens. Release any gripping in your toes. Breathe deeply one more time. Exhale and then inhale, come up, lift your heart, release your arms, and step forward. Bend your knees and step wide on your mats. Triangle pose to the right side. Turning out your leg 90, your back foot comfortably. Reach your arms, palms forward. Exhale over and down. Core strong version today. Use your legs, so not resting into the leg, just reaching the arms. Working, radiating from that belly center, our solar plexus. All the standing poses are really grounding and strength building. That's why we spend so much practice on them. Use inhale to come up, bend your knee, lean and reach. Side angle pose. Soften what you can. Top arm, gently curl the pinky side down and gaze towards that palm. Your knee is over your ankle. And breathe out one more time. Maybe there's a little more reach. Keep your legs. You might hold onto your thigh above your knee as you come up and then float out your arms. Gaze right, warrior B. What can you soften? Gaze soft. Breath soft and steady. Exhale, last one. It's okay if you want to straighten your front knee if it's tired, or just stay in the lunge, up and back, your own favorite way. I'm going to do the head cradle today. Which variation of reaching back brings you joy? One more deep breath. Straighten out your leg, release your arm. Turn to center and over to the other side. So triangle first. While you find that strong foundation, reach your arms, breathe in, palms forward. Breathe out, enjoy the journey over and down. Just feel the legs and feet working. Work from a sense of a strong core, that low belly, hugging in towards the spine. Below the breath. Breathe deeply once more. Come up, bending your knee over your ankle, right into that lean and reach. Building it on that side opening work. Take your eyes to that reaching palm. What can you soften? Your face, your hands. One more breath, see if you can deepen a little bit, just a sense of growing during the growing season. And then come up to warrior B, float your arms, turn your head to the left. A nice evenness in the rib cage, letting the rib cage lift and lower with the breath all the way around, include the back of the body. One more time. And relax your arms. Keep your knee or let straight is okay. And into reverse warrior. I'm going to do that head cradling version again, or you can just reach your arm, connect, you know. Maybe you don't. Try and see what you like. Breathe out once again. Release those actions, turning to wide parallel feet, face sideways. From the roots of your big toes, breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, fold forward. Bend your knees if you need to, or soften them. Reach for the floor. Bring your head towards the floor. Walk your hands back between your feet. Hug your elbows in. Low belly flies upward. You're gonna let waves of breath come through the spine so that when you exhale, your head gets a little bit closer to the earth. Working from the core of the body. Halfway lift, walk your hands forward and place your right hand under your face and twisting out to any degree. So anywhere in this arc, open up into your own favorite twist. There's a little one-armed plank work here with that hand on the floor. Press it strongly. Feel the strength of your body. One more time. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, unwind, all the way to softness. Hand under your face, press it into the earth, open out, second side. Working from your core. And one more breath is 5. Breathe out, unwind. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, and then inhale all the way up, lengthen. Relax, breathe out, and step to the top of your mat. Just make your way there. Let's go back to the hands, just resting lightly together. Turning on that meditative quality again and again. Taking your pelvis and warrior A. Sorry, I was thinking there. Pelvis forward, bend your front knee, over your ankle, come down into that empowered lunge. And leave your fingers behind your skull today. When your head, just press back a little bit into your hands. Let your eyes relax downward. Get a nice concentration going. And breathe out. And release your hands and head, hands to your pelvis. So using your fingers and your hands here to help you balance in warrior C. So straighten your front leg. Your back toes can stay on the floor or lift up your leg. You can stay with that holding of your center today. Just reach to the top of your head. Try again if you need to. Just create the energy of the pose wherever you are working. One more breath. Try to release slowly, resist, and then land if possible. Other side, warrior A first, big step back, front knee bends, sun in. Try to wave your fingers the other way, the less natural way, from behind your skull. Let your head rest back into your hands. Downward gaze, soft. Really some mindfulness on keeping your knee joints centered, not falling inward or outward. Get that nice concentrated steadiness. Exhale. And release your hands to your waist. Straighten your front leg so you can keep your toes down and still have the energy of the pose. Just lean forward and reach or lift. Waist holding today or wall holding. We're trying to level the pelvis here, which is quite hard. One more time. Be where you are. Try to come down slowly. Resist it and then let it be. Making our way to the earth. Let's see. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, reach down. Step back a little bit on your mat so that you can bring your hands to the floor, bend your knees. So those outward spiraling hands. Playing a little bit with Bakasana. We're not going to fall on our heads today. We're just going to try to find this shape of bringing the knees in towards the armpits. So stay on your toes, bend your elbows. Just experiment with that idea or any part of it for a little bit. Think about your core strength. One more breath, give it energy. Release your feet down, straighten your legs, and exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, legs back. Chaturanga, knees down if you like. Just bending and straightening the elbows several times, 5 times. So hug and then bend a little bit and straighten. A little bit and straighten. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll back your shoulders. Exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths. As you exhale, let your heart gently reach toward the earth. And then bring your knees down and come to your right forearm with your hand turning in. So side forearm position. Coming over to that right side. So your hips can be down on the floor. So we want a nice lift out of the shoulder. Or you can lift your hips up. And adding that rainbow, reach overhead. Get creative with your limbs if you need to. To make it easier, just place one of your feet in front of you on the floor, your top foot. One more breath. And carefully bring your hips down. And let your head come out and rest with a bent elbow on Antasana. So we're going to relax downward. Rest your hand on your head on your hands. Lift your top leg, turn your toes towards you. Nice big reach. So we're going to try to encircle the big toe. If that's not available, just wrap your hand behind your leg and hold it up. Your core strength helps you balance here in a very auspicious way. Three. Relax into it. 4. Last breath. Release your leg. Roll to your belly and over to your other side for that forearm plank pose. So hand into the center of your mat. Lift out of your shoulder. Maybe take your top foot in front of you to help you lift up your hips. Or stack your feet and add that rainbow overhead. Uddiyana Bandha, low belly towards the spine. Deeply breathe once more. And carefully bring your hips down. Release your elbow away so you can rest your hands, your head into your hand. And then lift up your top leg, turn your toes towards you, big toe, or hold the back of the leg on Antasana. Grounding your leg on the floor. Toning the low belly. And one more breath. Exhale, release your leg and come to your belly. Take your feet as wide as your mat and rest your head on your hands. Turn your head to the left side. Let everything relax, just ground. Draw your shoulders gently down off your ears. Breathe out again. And just change your head the other direction. So bringing up compassion today, Karuna in Sanskrit, is the intention and capacity to relieve and transform suffering, to lighten sorrow. Maybe easier to shine that energy upon someone else than yourself, but it's important to practice it on ourselves. The intention and capacity to relieve and transform suffering. And softly release your breath once more. Then bring your legs in closer. Bring your hands by your chest. Press forward and down to come up to your knees. So get a cushion if you need it, or just fold your mat to make an extra measure of cushion. Ustrasana pose, camel pose, is really a leaning back more than a back bend. So we want to learn to ground our feet and knees and hold onto your pelvis. Just practice going back a little bit in space, straight back and back. Straight back, lean back. Feel a little challenge, and then inhale up. So we come out leading with the chest. Third one. 2 more times, just exploring, being brave, going backwards. And then as we go back, let's hold for 5. If you have this pose in your practice and want to reach for your heels, you may do so, or just stay here. Lead with your heart. Inhale, press your pelvis forward, lead with your chest, and your head is last. And then come into child's pose. You can work your knees separate or together, and then relax around your legs. Just having a nice counter pose from that back bend, and you can give me some feedback if you'd like. Email me any questions about camel pose, how it is for you. It's a pretty invigorating pose in stimulating the adrenals. And so we come into forward fold and calm ourselves back down. Deeply breathing. Explore the sides of your body with your breath. And gently draw yourself up and come to seated position. So if you'd like to go back to that idea of the scale pose where we lift up, just crossing your ankles and working your legs through. And let's take forward seated pose for a moment, Dandasana, staff pose. Arriving in your seated place again. Exhale, low belly towards the spine. Marichasana C. Bend your right knee. Bring it up as close as it will come, with some space between the legs. Sit tall and twist, holding onto the knee with both hands, or take one hand back. So create a nice twist in your spine. Keep your extended leg active. If you'd like to work both arms behind your thigh, you may try that. One more breath. As you exhale, release your twist. And picking up your right leg at the knee and ankle for a figure 4. Carefully place it so your ankle's above your other knee. Stay here if you like, or explore folding forward. Really honor what your hip says about this, what your spine says. That extended leg on the floor is still activating, still pressing into the earth. One more time. Exhale, explore forward fold. Inhale, sit up and release your leg. Just shake out both legs for a moment. Little shimmy, a little stillness. And then the other side, so activate the legs. Bring in your left foot, space between the legs, sit tall. Breathing in, coming around into the twist, holding the knee. One or both arms going back behind your thigh. Stay lifted out of your shoulders. Non-harming, keep it positive. Deeply breathe again. And as that exhale finishes, release back to center and pick up your left leg into that figure 4 hold. Bring it to rest. Still active with that extended leg. Bring it to rest on your thigh and explore hinging forward from your hips. Lead with your heart. Last breath. Exhale. See if you have found your range of motion. Let the inhale bring you up, and let both legs just shake out and release, and then be still. Low boat pose. We're gonna lie back with our legs straight. So let's keep the feet on the floor at first, just to challenge the upper body first. So coming back, tuck your chin, reach your arms forward, and then pick up your legs if possible. Find a place where you can have a little bit of ease. Let the palms shine towards each other. It's fine if your knees are bent, or if you're more up or more down. Low back happy, whole body strong. One more breath's energy, and then let yourself release. Take your limbs wide, resting star. Let all those efforts go. Have a little lengthening in your neck. So your forehead is slightly higher than your chin. Softly exhale and enjoy another slow, deep breath. And then remember the crow pose that we did, squatting, reaching the hands. So on your back, we're just going to try to recreate that shape with a core awareness. So draw your knees towards your armpits. And keep that action as you bring your arms inside with your palms pressing flat. Lift your head. Let your knees squeeze into your upper arm bones a little bit. One more breath. And relax those actions. Keep the knees in. Ananda Balasana with core in mind today. So taking the legs or feet, drawing the knees down on either side of the torso. Keep your neck lengthened. Keeping the low belly still as you breathe deeply. One more time. And then bring your feet together and hold on to your ankles and keep your feet off the floor. Let your knees go wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Close your eyes and feel the soft connection of your feet to each other, just as in the hands. Deep breath in, and let us continue this, but bringing the feet down to the floor. If you need to adjust your spine to make your low back long, you may do so. And let your hands rest on your inner legs. Let the feet rest into each other really soft. Let the toes find the matching toe on the other side. Make sure the energy can flow up and down your spine unimpeded, so there's awareness of that central line of the body, the flow of energy and breath. Breathe out and take one more breath, nice and slowly. Just challenge that stretch of the inhale. Be present with fullness of breath for a moment. Slowly exhale, gradually, and be empty. And then slowly draw your knees together, feet to the floor. And preparing to invert our legs upside down, just straight up in the air is fine, or on support. I'm going to be plow pose version today, so you have no cushioning under your head except your mat. Your skull is centered on the back center. Your neck has space off the floor. Arms by your sides, palms down. So we want a strong connection with the arms. Lift up your feet. Keep lifting your hips. And just let your legs come overhead to some degree. Really using your arms. Thinking about working from your core with all of our awareness building today. Letting gravity fold you in half. Five more slow, steady breaths. Your feet can rest all the way to the floor if you like. Deeply releasing tension from the back body. And one more time. Use your arms to support the release gradually, the spine back down, the hips down. Just letting the legs rest up. Let your palms turn up so your arms and shoulders relax. Let's need some scissoring in the legs, front and back to start, like our skywalking yesterday. Just move them in opposite directions. Feeling free to place the palms back down for that support. And then let's try some side to side scissors. They can be your own size. Just cross the legs both ways in a mindful way. And then rest your feet back together again. And bring your knees down into your chest. And rocking up to seated. Come to your easy pose. Practicing our nice balancing breath, Nadi Shodhana. You can decide if you want to touch your face or not. You can just use your brain, or you can use your hands. So just decide if your hand is clean enough to touch your face, or you're home, so it's all right. So for variation today, just resting the first two fingers on the center of your forehead, between your eyebrows. And then close the left side of your nose with your fingers, or just your brain. Breathing in from the right side and out the left. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Keep the right side closed. Just breathe through the left 3 times. Gentle with the tissue of your nose. And then let your hand release and breathe through both sides. Bringing that nice quality in the brain and the nervous system with you as you come for a little rest. If you have trouble being still and resting, take another vinyasa before you lie down. So that would just be flowing through the upward dog and downward dog again. Optional. Usually you don't take me up on that one, but I like revisiting that at the very end of practice. So get your blanket or pillow and lie down and rest. Plenty of time, plenty of space. Spending the first bit of time getting comfortable. Create a nice length in your spine. Making sure that your head is centered and your neck is long. And then let your limbs release away. Just let them let go of any effort of gathering or activating. Just fall open. Let the earth receive your weight. Let your breath return to its own natural patterns. Let the brain stay in this space of meditative rest. Is present with the sensations and energies of the body. The breath and the heartbeat carrying on steadily as a home for the brain. Notice the lightness of your front body and perhaps more heaviness in the back body as it receives the front body and rests into the earth. To make the portrait of a bird, first paint a cage with an open door. Then paint something pretty, something simple, something beautiful, something useful for the bird. Then place the canvas against a tree in a garden, in a wood, or in a forest. Hide behind the tree without saying anything, without moving. Sometimes the bird comes quickly, but it is possible for him to wait years before he decides. Don't be discouraged. Wait. Wait if necessary for years. Whether the bird comes fast or slow has no bearing on the success of the picture. When the bird arrives, should he arrive, observe the most profound silence. Wait until the bird enters the cage, and at that stage, shut the door gently with a putt of the brush. Wipe out one by one all the bars. Careful not to touch any of the bird's feathers. Then paint the tree, choosing the most beautiful branches for the bird. Paint too the green foliage and the freshness of the wind, the dust of the sun, the noise of the insects in the grass in the summer heat. And then wait until the bird decides to sing. If the bird doesn't sing, it's a bad sign, a sign that the painting is bad. But if he sings, it's a good sign that you may sign. Then pull out very gently one of the feathers of the bird and write your name in the corner of the picture. We begin releasing the pose with the breath. So let the breath stretch, just a gentle lengthening, floating to fullness, grounding to emptiness. And make your own transition from stillness in your body. You may have a way that you like to release, or today just see what your body feels like doing. With a little bit of movement, whether all at once or gradual, letting you return step by step to your easy pose. And once again, letting the hands rest into each other, feeling the sensitivity of the fingertips, feeling the heart and the breath beneath your thumbs. Have a moment for gratitude. And then let your inhalation come deeply. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. Sorry about all the noise and stuff in the beginning. There were some human struggles.